Future thinking. This is where Bujo begins to shine, and I call it Bujo level 2. So what about the stuff that you don't want to do today? Or maybe tomorrow? Like, what if you're like, I want to book a skiing trip for like next year. Like, where do you put that? Or where do you put the stuff that you want to do later this week or sometime in the future? So this is where Bujo shines, begins to shine, and where like traditional methods of this would be like, I have no idea where to put this. Or I'll just put it down, but then it disappears. So the long-term stuff was one of the places I got stuck before Bujo, Bujo. But Bujo makes long-term thinking and planning really easy. So there's this thing that I have invented, and you'll see how I invented it later on. It's called the future list, and it's just a list of things that you want to do in the future. Anything that you don't want to do today or tomorrow, and that you really don't want to like rewrite day after day after day because you know that you're not gonna get it done in the next week or month, you put it on your future list. Things like dreams or goals or future things like Northern Lights. Like, I can't start planning for that tomorrow, but it's something that I want to keep on remembering to think about or to do at some stage. And then you can add to this when you need to or when you want to. So what I like to do is just fill this out once in a while to be like, these are all the things that I want to do. These things, let's go. And so I spend like 10 minutes or half an hour like just populating this, and then every now and then I will then put something else on this future list. So Learn AI was on that list, and I have learned AI. Going live with OBS, the piece of software that I'm using now, and YouTube is something that I wanted to do. I've done that. I want to deep clean and declutter my studio. Haven't done that yet. Podcast season 1, haven't done that. But they're still on the future list. So that's one thing that you can do. The next thing that you can do is something called a future log. And you split a spread into 6 months, and you just write stuff that you know you're going to do or is going to happen in those months on these pages. Kind of like a 6-month window into the future. And as you go on, you can move the things from these months into your daily tasks, into your daily experiences. But it's really nice just to be like, okay, I remember this thing, it's happening in February. Do not forget Valentine's Day. January, what about a holiday? March, there's nothing happening. Oh, Christmas. St. Martin's, my daughter's birthday. Okay, let's go to November. Christmas gifts, let's buy them. So it becomes a nice place to put stuff that relates to a particular month. So this is called a future log. Next is a monthly log. And what you do on a spread is on the left, you have that month's calendar, and on the right, you have that month's tasks. Stuff that you want to do just in that month, or try to in that month. And try keep it high level. You don't have to put details in here. And if I go and put this on the right again, this page unfortunately doesn't get to 30 or 31 days, but most of them do. So I'll show you my one at the moment. It's not super populated. But like, I've still got a couple of days after there. And then I put the dates and the days next to each other. I also customize it a little bit. And you begin to get a really nice sense of how your month is going to shape out this way. You've got your tasks, you've got what's happening. Yeah. And then you can also, say, okay, I'm going to work on like listing my dad's bike on the 18th of September. Or I'm going to write my life story or continue writing that on a weekend, something like that. So that is the monthly log. So these 3 practices are really, really helpful when it comes to thinking about the future. But this does affect your daily pages, and I'll show you how. So over here, this month, or in the next 6 months or sometime in the future, if you don't want to do something, you schedule it rather than migrating it to the next day. So here under newsletter, says update on remix drop. I don't want to do this today, and I probably don't want to do it tomorrow. Ordinals research, I'm not going to do today or tomorrow, so I'm going to schedule those. So I either put those into my monthly log, or into my future log, or into my future list. I'm saying I'm not going to worry about doing this today or tomorrow. It needs to be scheduled or planned somewhere else. And we signify a scheduled task with a less than symbol. If a task is unfinished, now you can choose to migrate it, schedule it, or strike it out. So this becomes powerful. You're choosing what to do with the stuff that you can't do or didn't do, which means you have the opportunity to prune it, to be like, I'm not doing this anymore. And you don't feel that pressure to do so much in a day. And you have like objective data or data to be like, look, you haven't done this in the whole week. What are you going to do about it? This is where Bujo becomes really powerful. And then you can migrate tasks from future pages, like your monthly log, into your daily pages, or from the future to the daily, or from your 6 months monthly log or future log into your monthly log. You can just migrate stuff into a more current version of how you're thinking about time and tasks. So you can also then decide what to do with unfinished tasks from one month to another, and not just from day to day. And then, as this gets even more, from one journal to another, or from 1 year to another. So at the end of September, what tasks are undone? Quite a few. So what do I do with these tasks? Well, I migrate them to the next month, or I schedule them for some time in the future, or I cross them out. And once I've done that, I then create a new monthly log each month. So this is a day-to-day practice and then a month-to-month practice. And it means we now have an updated bunch of symbols. We've now got a task and a task that has been done. We've got a note. We've got an event or experience. We have a scheduled item, and we have a migrated item. Pretty powerful.